and welcome to episode 97 of This Week at Shrouded. Thanks for being here today. I'm your host, A Greener. Thank you for being here, Mr. Wreck and Dunk.
Hi.
Hello.
Woo! Round of applause. I appreciate you guys coming to share all your amazing Destiny knowledge with us. Yeah, we got a great show for you today. A little bit light on content, I believe. We're going to be talking about some Iron Banners, some Trials last week, the Sony Bungie Barrett lawsuit. Not much of it, but a little bit. We'll bring it up and mention it. Whatever's in the TWID, which is basically nothing. Maybe some Shrouded news. We got some delays in Crimson Days. We've got the recontest mode coming up this weekend. Anyway, we're going to give you all this information and more coming up right now. But first, we got to let you know who our weekly winners are before Devil Eagle has a stroke and dies. All right. Our weekly 2300 silver winner is SlothGSR. Congratulations, Sloth. DM me in Discord, please. To claim your prize. And our weekly SGC T-shirt goes to Blue Skies 32_7. Congratulations. Sorry, congratulations. Same with you, Blue. You got to reach out to me in Discord. I will. Well, yeah, you're probably not going to listen to this, so I'll say it anyway. Once you reach out to me in Discord, all I do is say, "Hey, go pick a shirt out and tell me which one," and then I send you a link to redeem it. People that have been doing it recently keep telling me the color they want and the size they need. They can do all that when they click the link and redeem it. So you don't need to keep telling me that. Just tell me what shirt you want. I'll send you a link to redeem a free one. Easy peasy. I have to shut my door though because I keep hearing my son play Fortnite and it's driving me nuts. Give me 1 sec.
We got a number 1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite about to get.
Get down.
All right. Did you guys feel the dead air? What? My God, what's that stare? Stop it. It's staring into my soul. Chat's asking the same question. That's pretty wild. Okay, I mean, we can start off with talking about Trials this weekend. Dunk, did you play any Trials?
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, me and Rec can talk about it then. You can listen and be a beautiful dog, like always. All right, so Trials, brand new trial system, launched this weekend, and I think overall it was a pretty big success. The numbers seem to indicate such. It was a pretty diverse group of people playing. First couple days, it was like 30,000 people in Trials alone, like concurrent Trials players or something like that, which was awesome.
Hasn't been that high since like June.
That's wild. So good job on them. The new system makes it easier for people that aren't necessarily flawless material to still get like pretty decent loot. All you have to do is get 3 wins in a row now to get anything. Well, you can adept if you can get 3 wins in a row, basically.
Yep.
It's a lot more complicated than that. If you get there's prizes for each consecutive win, but you don't get them until you fill out your 7 wins, and then you go to the lighthouse and it opens. But if you want an adept, you have to get at least 3 wins in a row,
And then you have to go to the lighthouse.
and then you have to get 7 total wins on your card, and then go to the lighthouse. So there's a set amount of rewards for each win, going all the way up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then there's milestones at 3, 5, and 7. Obviously, that boost those rewards. 7 being flawless. Yeah. So I went in the first time going in there, and I went right in on a 3-win streak right off the top. So I was like, beautiful. All right, let's keep this going. But if I don't keep it going, I just need to get to 7 wins eventually, and I still get some loot. So I did that. I rolled in there, and I was playing the game, and because there was so many people on, it wasn't all full of sweats, so it was decent. Like I didn't just feel like I was getting my brain smashed in constantly, which is why Trials was not fun for somebody like me or worse than me before this weekend, because it did feel, unless there was like some awesome gun and everybody was trying to get it, it always, every time you went in there, it just, you got, it just felt like you were getting your face punched by Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, like just constantly over and over and over again. So it felt good is what I was trying to say. It didn't even take me that long. I did lose my 4th game on my first initial run, so I was like, okay, I still got my 3. Let's keep it going. I had to play like 9 or 10 or something, maybe 11, and I got to my 7 cards, and I went to the lighthouse, got an adept. I forget the name of the gun. Exalted Truth, nice void 140 hand cannon, and I was like, awesome, that's really cool. And then I reset my card, and you go back in, you want to play. You keep getting regular Exalted Truth drops while you're playing. I don't know if you get them before you go to the lighthouse, or you have to go to the lighthouse, and then that happens. Yeah, right?
You have to go to the lighthouse and claim your streak reward.
So once I went to the lighthouse, every win that I was trying, when I was trying to get to a 5-win streak or a 7-win streak by chance, because you can't just do 3, 3, 3, 3 over and over again. Once you get your 3 for the week, you're done at 3. If you want to get that boost, you need to get to 4 or 5, 6 or 7, and then go back to the lighthouse and you get more gear.
Yeah, so there's a streak reward for 1 through 7 streak, and you get each reward 1 time per week.
Yeah,
per account by winding up at the lighthouse chest.
Yeah. So, yeah, but once you go there and then keep playing Trials, the weekly weapon will, well, not only the weekly weapon, because I kept getting that 240 or whatever sidearm, I forget the name of it. Mm-hmm. And I was also getting the keen something sniper rifle,
Keen
a
Thistle.
bunch. Keen Thistle. I was getting all 3 of those, and Exalted Truth. Well, Exalted Truth, Keen Thistle, and what is that?
Yesterday's question
dropping the whole time. Every time, like every win, you'd get stuff. It wasn't always a weapon, but I ended up with a significant amount of Exalted Truth, lots of opportunity for the rolls that I wanted, and stuff. So I was trying to get to 5 wins for most of the weekend because I was struggling. I kept losing out at 4. It was pretty frustrating, because I wanted to try to get the ship. I think the ship was really cool. I was like, that's a cool ship. I want that ship. And I still don't fully understand how the points work for the Sparrow and the ship. And is there something else attached to that?
You get a number of points. The Sparrow, the ship, the Ghost. You get a certain number of points. And I think the emblem. I don't know if the emblem or being fault.
Can you only get the Ghost on the other card?
No, I don't think so. I think you can get any other cosmetics on the last card. Then there's an emblem you could get for winning post flawless, but you get a certain number of points. Like you can get those drops at any point, but you're also getting a certain number of points, and depending on your
to
win
get
streak
an
that you
actual
have
drop
on your card. It doesn't actually have to be a 7-win card, a flawless card. It can be any 7-win card, but the amount of points you accrue is dependent on your highest streak on that 7-win card. And then, if you don't get them randomly, once you've earned enough points, it's guaranteed.
Do those points carry from week to week?
Unsure.
That's what I wanted to know, because I didn't end up getting the ship. I got the Sparrow, but that was it. That's all I got. And I really would like the points to accrue from week to week, so I can easily pick up the ship at some point, even if I don't get it. Because from what I understood, whether this is true or not, the only people that I heard got the ship were people that went flawless that week and played games afterwards.
Well, you get the most points from having a flawless card, right?
So those are probably just the people that hit the point cap because they were winning so many games and they went flawless.
Well, right. The ghost only comes from the other one. You get for vehicles, you get, if you're on a 5-win card, you get half a point per win after that. On a 6-win card, you get 3/4 of a point. And on a 7-win card, on a 7-win streak card, you get 1 point per win. So
how many points you need?
It doesn't actually tell you.
Okay. All right, that's fine. So I got the Sparrow. Hopefully the points accrue from week to week, and I can get the ship by just playing some more trials. Question about that. You kept saying playing on a 3-win card.
When I say when you're playing on 3-win card, I mean, so these extra drops have to be on a, where is it?
My question was, if I get a 3-win card, go to 7, go to the lighthouse, and then start over on a new card and keep playing, are my points accruing because I've gotten to a 3-win streak bet?
Yeah, no, your card. I think your card has to be completed. Like, you have to be playing on a card with 7 wins on it. But I don't know if that's the case because I went flawless very early myself, and then once you go flawless, you don't have a choice, right? You can't reset that card.
Exactly. It automatically resets your card and gives you a new card, a new type of card.
No, you have to play on a completed Lighthouse Passage. It has to be a 7-win card. So you only get these chances if you're playing on a 7-win card. So when you win a match on a card that has 7 wins on it, those are your points you're accruing dependent on your highest streak so far for the weekend. So there are lots of people that, will then just get their 3 or 4 win streak, complete out their 7, and they'll just play that card the rest of the week. You can't earn streaks anymore once your Lighthouse card is completed, right? You have to reset it in order to get any more streaks. It stops counting when you have 7.
So that's weird that the points don't count because people are going to want to reset and try to get a bigger streak. But then the points don't accrue if you reset your card.
If you're not on a 7-win card, your card's not completed, right?
That's dumb.
I mean, don't go flawless.
Okay, but surely a flawless card. Well, no, surely a flawless card when it resets, when you go to the Lighthouse, counts towards points because, hear me out, a lot of people that got the ship had already gone to the Lighthouse and they were still playing.
Yeah, they're on a 7-win card, so they're accruing a full point every time they win a game after they've gone.
Okay, but
when I say completed,
it's not a 7-win card anymore.
It is a 7-win card. If you've gone flawless, your card is 7 wins. Your flawless passage shows 7 wins on it. Can't reset that.
Okay.
If you haven't gotten 7 win streak, you can still have a card that shows 7 wins. You don't reset and try to go for the other streaks.
Will that still count towards the points?
Yes, because your card is completed. If you reset, though, until you get back to 7 wins, you're not accruing points anymore.
That's fine. Gotcha. Roger that. Okay, that's why I really wanted to go flawless. Also, why I only had 45 minutes sleep last Tuesday, because I eventually did end up getting to go flawless, and then I didn't want to go to bed because I wanted to play on my flawless card to try to get the ship. But by the time 6 a.m. rolled around, I was like, I can't keep going. So I went back. I went and took 45 minutes sleep, and then drove my wife to work, and then my son to school, and then I worked all day, and then I had to do the stream, and I was dying. I was slowly dying, and I didn't have my ship. As you can see by this evidence here on the board, if you can read this.
I can't even see it because you're not in widescreen for me right now.
Okay, I'll tell you what this is. But for anyone who can't see this, it says, "I love you, Alex. I hope you get your Beetle ship XL." And then I wrote, "I didn't. Fuck my life." Anyway. So. I'm going to be mad if the points don't accrue weekly. I'm not going to lie. But if they don't, I'll try to go flawless on a fucking Friday, I guess. So I can just spend all weekend trying to get the ship. So here we are next week. Let's go. Maybe. Or maybe they'll just give it to me right off the buff. But I got the Sparrow, which I'm never going to use, but I have it. So I mean, there's that. That was cool. I also thought I was supposed to get an emblem, but I didn't. Is there a reason for that?
I think you already have the emblem. The new emblem is another one of those things that you have to earn points for, or is a random chance.
Okay, so there's not a guaranteed chance if you go 5 or 7 to just get an emblem.
Yeah. You have to. Okay. So it looks like your points do carry over. You have to earn 1,000 points in order to get one of them to unlock the hard way, and not just get them random. And earning any cosmetic from the pool resets your points to 0, and you got to get another 1,000 to get the guaranteed.
So this stupid fucking Sparrow reset my points?
It ate your ship. Yes.
I'm so fucking mad right now. You have no idea.
Reset the clock.
I'm gonna kill someone. Anyway, this was what I was curious about, because under a 5-win streak, it says flawless emblems, and it says first time only if you've not already earned Light of the Lost emblem, flawless Empyrean, and Sunward Ordeal.
Yeah.
Like, surely I don't have all those emblems.
You get them all automatically if you've gone flawless. Ever.
Well, it was a long time ago.
Then you probably already have them.
Oh, okay. All right. I haven't gone flawless for like 6 or 7 seasons. Maybe even longer than that.
Then you already have them. They've been around. Those emblems have been around forever, and you get all of them when you go flawless, because they all used to be part of gilding.
All right, never mind. Fine, that makes sense. I was a little disappointed. Oh, the trial shaders knockout list, 1 per week. I didn't get no trial shader. What's this shit?
Okay.
Well, it says right here, 5-win streak trial shader, and it's a knockout list.
Maybe you already had it.
I have them, all of them. I don't play much trials. There's no way.
Maybe you already have them, man.
All right. I mean, I guess it's possible, but all right, whatever. Okay, that's what I was just wondering. I wanted to learn a couple of things that I didn't understand. This makes sense, though. I see it now. The vehicle process, 5.75, emblem progress, 1, 2, 3. They're separate. Huh.
The emblem and the ships, the ship and Sparrow are in the same, but the emblem is separate. Yes.
Okay. All right. Still 1,000 points for the emblem.
Yep.
Oof. Wild. Oh, I'll get it eventually. No.
How'd you enjoy playing in the flawless pool once you got to it?
It wasn't actually that bad. Well, there was. Okay.
It's the number 1 complaint I heard all weekend. Now, I will say there are many people that were on the forums and on Reddit complaining about how come I'm getting matched against these super sweats all the time, even on the Trials of Osiris passage. But then there were also another subset of players, especially like high-end players, that were bitching about flawless being super sweaty all the time.
It's a flawless pool.
For the regular players that were complaining about it, listen, Breck chose violence over that weekend, and wherever I had the actual user ID of the person that was bitching about the Trials matchmaking not being fair, I actually went and looked at all their match history up to that point whenever they made the post, and looked at every single person they played against to see if they were in really skill mismatched lobbies. Nah. 9 times out of 10, the lobbies were It looked like an SBMM match where everybody was relatively close in the same skill. It was really weird. Like when it was a 0.8 that was complaining about it, almost everybody in their lobbies was between like a 0.7 and like a 0.9, like across the board. And if it was like a 1.2 complaining, it was all 1s to like 1.4s in their lobbies every single time. So I didn't look, there's not enough people there to make any like actual conclusions. It's statistically insignificant based off the number of people that were playing, but there sure is smoke that says there's straight up skill based matchmaking in trials outside the flawless pool.
Cool. Okay, so you asked how my experience was. Initially, when I went flawless, I then went on to win an additional 4 games after that. So I did have an 11-game win streak. So at first I was like, damn, this flawless pool is easy. These guys are schmucks, you know? And then I lost a game. And then I won a game. And then I lost 2 games. And then I won a game. And then I lost 5 games straight. And then I won a game. And then I lost 4 games straight. But then I won 4 games straight. And then I lost 1. And then I went to bed. So, yeah, it was definitely tough. I think that was probably the only time I lost 5 games straight the whole weekend. If I go through everything. Yeah, there's a couple 2 in a row here. But that's really it. But yeah. So, yeah, a little harder for sure.
Flawless pool sucked. Okay. I will be like many people who have been playing have said that they're going to do when Trials comes back at 6 wins. I will be throwing a game and then finishing my card, and then I will just play on my 6-win card the rest of the until like Monday. At which point, if I feel like going and getting flawless done, I'll get a couple of homies together and just bum rush flawless and move on with my life. Until Bungie makes it so you can't cheese that by resetting your card, that's what I'm planning on doing.
Oh, from what I understood, if you reset your card and just go play with somebody that doesn't have a flawless card yet, you just go back into the regular pool with them.
Yeah, but I mostly play solo. So
okay, well, play with some people, you fucking loser.
If I just want to farm, then that's what I'll do. I ended up jumping in with somebody who hadn't gone flawless at the end of the weekend, and the matches were significantly easier. Until we got them flawless, and everything ramped up again. But
then you can just farm all your adept weapons, which we haven't talked about yet, on their card.
Yeah, but I can.
All right, fine, Mr. Solo Player.
I can just do it myself, right? And my games will be easier if I do it that way. Like,
yeah, but you can't just get free adepts all weekend.
Yeah, you can. On a 6-win card.
Explain to me what you're gonna do again.
On a 6-win card, you have a 25% chance of getting an adept after every match. On a flawless passage, it only goes up to 33%. All right, you have a 50% chance. It only goes up to 75%. So, is there a higher chance of me getting it on the flawless if I win? Yes, but my win rate's going to be so much higher at 6 wins compared to 7 that there's no point to me going to 7. Like,
Bro, wait, hold on. I had a 4-win streak for so long, and I'm looking at the grid now. I didn't know what this meant. It made no sense to me.
If you had a completed card.
So if I finished that, I would have had a 50% chance to get it. Oh
every
my
win.
God. So many adepts that are gone.
Yeah.
To the either. Dunk's is just sitting listening to us right now. He's probably like, what the fuck are they talking about?
I think the play is going to be either holding a 5-win card or a 6-win card. And then throwing a match. Preferably you get a squad who's all looking to throw one match, so you're not fucking anybody. All right. Hopefully you're ethically throwing a match. And then finishing out your card, so you add on 7 wins, and then just play that card to the rest of the weekend, not having to deal with the flawless players.
50% is pretty good odds, yeah.
It is. Yeah. There's not enough upshot for the flawless passage for the increased difficulty in the matches to do it. If you're purely looking at it from an efficiency standpoint, a farming efficiency standpoint, it's better to not even bother going flawless. There's going to be a lot of that going on next weekend. A lot. I've seen it everywhere. There might be enough of that going on where Bungie might have to force it so people can't reset their cards. Like, they're gonna actually have to throw a match in order to do it. And because the restrictions are pretty harsh in Trials, you can't just leave a match in order to get that loss. You need to actually let somebody beat your ass. So any of those players that are rabid about their KD aren't really gonna like that, but it's the only way Bungie's gonna be able to keep this system that they have if they want to enforce it.
A flawless pool. Yeah, I get it. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, you're right, because if people start just like finishing off and resetting, like, then it's going to be hard. It's going to be harder for the rest of us, and then it's going to drive people away again.
Yep.
So, such a tricky system, right?
The only thing they can do, I think, is to not allow you to reset a card. You can't reset a lighthouse card. You have to play it all the way out. So you have to throw a match in order to, not in order to get to that spot that you want to be, that 6 wins or 5 wins or whatever. And there are some players that just aren't willing to throw matches. Like, they would just rather just leave and risk a suspension,
Interesting. Well, hopefully I get all those players next week, and then I just go flawless by having people quit because they're throwing matches.
Well, I mean, they have to at least show up and play the first round, otherwise it doesn't count for you either. It doesn't count as a loss, but it doesn't count as a win.
Got it. Okay, well, yeah, other than that, we kind of touched on it there when we talked about if you get a 4, 5, 6 or flawless passage and you go to the lighthouse, now every time you win a match, you get a 50% chance of an adept weapon for a 4, 5, or 6 win streak and a 75% chance on a flawless passage. So basically, if you have a flawless passage and you just keep farming, you're going to end up with just a shit ton of adept rolls. I only hit that the last evening on Monday, between Monday and Tuesday, and I still ended up with like getting an extra 10 or 11 adept rolls. So pretty easy to farm overall.
I mean, I don't even really care about the adepts. Some of the roles I kept were not adepts. The only reason adepts are worthwhile is because you get an extra perk that will help mitigate RNG, right?
Helps mitigate RNG, and then there's a few mods if you like them that you can throw on there that you can't put on a regular gun. Most of them I don't care about because it was a hand cannon. The adept range mod's pretty nice. So that's why I was trying to go for at least my PvP role in adept, but I don't think I ended up getting one, and the one I ended up getting was a regular version. But what was your ideal role for that? Because I found a couple to be fun, but I'm not good enough at the game to know which one.
Well, so the PvE role is destabilizing plus demoralize, like
PvE.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah, I have that role.
For PvP, the one I settled on was Magnificent Howl, Slide Shot, Accurized, Hammer Forged, Range Masterwork. But that's mine. That's not an adept, and I would only ever really use that in 6s. I also got one that's I have an adept with Eye of the Storm, Slide Shot, Accurized, Hammer Forged, Range Masterwork. That is my dueler.
So you said Eye of the Storm what?
Eye of the Storm with Slide Shot. Slide Shot you a slide shot is a no-brainer on every hand cannon. Just because reload, extra range, you know, whatever. I like Eye of the Storm just because it juices your gun in the middle of your gunfight, right? So
I'm just looking to see if I got one because I kept all mine. Oh man, I got a lot of slide shots.
And this one, if you're running Mag Howl, you have to have slide shot. Otherwise, there's no point to really running Magnosia.
I do have a slide shot Mag Howl, which I've been using. It's pretty nice, but I got Hammer Forge, but not the rounds. So it's not
accurized.
Yeah, accurized. One I was playing with a lot of the weekend is opening shot not good.
Opening shot is fine, but it only applies to your first bullet.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people don't use it, but most of the weekend I was playing with a slide shot opening shot, and it felt really good, but nobody was looking for that roll, so I just thought I was being
because if you're playing outside your range, you can miss the free tap.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm still looking. I just want to see. I don't think I have one. That's sad.
And making a hand cannon go from 3 tap to 4 tap really tanks its TTK, like really badly.
Yes. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Come on, game. Yeah, no, I didn't get one of those. Lame. That's your fault. Just kidding. I still have a billion. Not a billion, but I still have 50 engrams that I can try next weekend to get another roll.
I've got like 15 left, but I was spending most of them on trying to get a good PvP roll of Shayora's. I'm a good target lock Shayora's roll. I got one that's alright. I got target lock, dynamic sway, armor piercing, and small bore. Doesn't have a range master though. And I would have preferred to have 80 range on that.
After you were saying that was, it reminded me, like, I started getting those SMGs in the flawless pool afterwards, too. So that was another drop that I ended up getting.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them as after match drops, but I spent a lot of Glimmer buying them as well.
Okay. What's the roll? What roll are you looking for on those again?
I would like something like target lock, dynamic sway, accurized, hammer forged, range masterwork, something along those lines. Small bore would be all right instead of hammer forged because you can always use more stability. But I want a Shayora's that's got target lock with at least 80 range.
Okay.
Because the old school Shayora's that I have is 99 range, but it's it's old school, so it's got kill clip instead of target lock. Target lock's pretty hot, right?
Yeah, I have an old kill clip one. I do have a target lock one, but it has repulsor brace.
I also kept a destabilizing repulsor brace so I can throw away my.
That's fair. Yeah.
I don't really like. I think Recluse is a terrible feeling gun.
Throw it away. I'm looking through a couple more. Oh, I do have a repulsor destabilizing. Let's go. All right, so I got a PvE version, and I do not have the yellow one. Okay, cool. I'm just curious. I trust you and your rolls more than I trust the internet, so, and I'm dumb when it comes to that shit. So,
okay.
I'm just
well. Then when you're playing Iron Banner this week, you should be trying to get yourself a high impact reserves and 4 times the charm Warlord Sphere to use in PvP.
Okay. I was testing it out last night. It's got some pretty good range and damage in its range. But I ended up with high impact target lock that I was using.
You want 4 times because it gives you free ammo.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, I'll keep an eye out for that then. That was still pretty fun to use, though. But I don't know. I didn't keep it on all night. I switched back to Exalted. I'm more of a hand cannon person. And they're both in the energy
using
slot,
Randy's S-Stock, just like every other person out there.
Yeah, I gotta finish. I've got 4 of my comp matches done. I gotta finish that out and try to get a good roll for it. That shit is good. Like, I died a lot to that in Trials. It's a good gun. It's a good gun. Absolutely.
So, Dunk, what are you looking for in Iron Banner, buddy?
Absolutely nothing.
Damn.
Oddly enough, I don't know. I might actually jump into Iron Banner at some point just to have a little bit of fun, but I'll probably get absolutely stomped on. So
cool.
It'll be what it is.
What's the role for the peace bond? Right?
It depends.
Okay.
A lot of people are after like Zen Moment Head Seeker or Lone Wolf Head Seeker.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I've seen a lot of Lone Wolf Head Seeker.
I am undecided as to whether or not I like Lone Wolf or Rangefinder in Column 3 personally. Peace Bond's range is short, even for sidearm. And Rangefinder extends the aim assist cone, so it's easier to hit those longer shots. Lone Wolf will make you more accurate inside the range you already have because it affects your aim assist, but it doesn't do anything for your aim assist fall off, where Rangefinder affects your aim assist fall off. So
okay, yep.
And then Kill Clip or Desperado. It doesn't really matter which one. Kill Clip's technically faster, but it's a faster kill by 0.009 seconds or something. 0.09 seconds. It's so fast. It's such a small difference that inside that 0.09 of a second, if the other person has Desperado, they're getting off all of their bullets they need to kill you anyway, and you're both practically going to trade at the same time. So, you know, depends on if you like shoot fast or hit harder, basically.
I did have a Desperado one, but I deleted it.
I mean, it doesn't really matter if you don't use sidearms in PvP anyway.
I don't, but, you know, I always don't mind trying something new.
This is why your vault is always full.
Yes, I know. I'm aware. I had, like, I'm literally 700 of 700 right now.
I'm at 638 myself.
700 of 700, and every character is almost full of guns and armor. And I have 13 weapons in my postmaster.
Stop hoarding. Delete some garbage.
I can't, man.
Why? When I got that Shayura's that's destabilizing and repulsor brace, I immediately broke down both of my heroes' burdens, and one of them has rolls you can't even get anymore. Off it goes. But it still had an origin trait, but I just fucking deleted them because I had 2 guns. I had one that was feeding frenzy repulsor brace, one that was feeding frenzy destabilizing rounds. There's no reason for me to keep both of them, so they got both trashed, and I'm still deciding on whether or not I'm getting rid of this recluse or not. I probably will, because as I said before, I hate how the gun feels, but you know, there's no reason to hold. There's really no reason to hold same weapon type, same energy type for PvE. Like, the frames themselves don't even matter for PvE. You know, if you've got one void that you like that's got destabilizing rounds and then whatever else, repulsor brace or whatever, there's no reason to keep any more of them. Doesn't matter for PvE at all.
All right. I still won't delete anything.
Of course not.
Oh, man. I've got a hoarding problem. What do you want from me?
To delete some of your bullshit. I mean, I have a hoarding problem too. Like 638, a good chunk of that is, like, the biggest chunk of that is exotic class items. As, I mean, you know, I did the thing, right? So I've got all the rolls. and I don't see myself deleting them because already there was a situation where I wanted to do a build with a role combination I didn't have. So I was over at Xur just sucking on one of his tentacles saying, please, daddy, give me the exotic that I want. Give me the combo that I want, please.
Did you get it?
I did.
Nice. Very good. I'm proud of you.
Goddamn, nobody better clip that shit.
You know it's already clipped. As long as you're not a hoarder in real life. I'm not like a hoarder that you see on TV, but I got a ton of shit that I do not need in real life too. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, some people get weird about that stuff.
I have a broken PS4 or PS2 on that shelf back there that's been broken for 17 years, but I have it.
When my mom was downsizing and she gave my wife and I all of like my baby books and stuff that she had, like with all of my baby pictures or whatever, you know what my first instinct was? I'm never gonna look at this. I don't care. Just throw it in the garbage. My wife got so mad. So mad. She's all, what? What do you mean throw this away? Like, who's even gonna look at this? Are we gonna look at this once now that we have it? And you know what? You know what? Nobody's looked at that shit since we've got it. It's been in a box in our closet that is like the black hole of shit where stuff goes in, it never comes out because somebody thought it was important. Now, the only reason I'm saying this out loud is because my wife is not at home right now. But my point still stands.
All right. Sorry, I was checking to see if I could clip too. Because Devil said he couldn't. I didn't clip that, by the way. I was seeing if there was something wrong with my account.
I've also got a bunch of infusion material sitting in my vault right now because there was a bug. There's a bug going around still that the game is no longer looking at stuff that's on all of your characters when you actually get your drops. It's only looking on your current character and the vault. So I've just been shoving my 2020 shit or my highest shit into my vault so it gets read by all my characters when they get drops.
Okay. Okay, I see what you mean. That just reminded me though, I've got a ton of glimmer shit in my inventory. And like planetary materials and phantasmal fragments that I could probably get rid of to save some space. So now I don't need to delete anything. Let's go. I also have 2,000 enhancement cores in my vault. My biggest problem is, for some reason, I have 60 Titan synth weave, a rigid synth cord, and it's you have to delete them one at a time.
Why don't you just? Oh, because you can't cash in anymore because you're
capped. Well, I can't. You need to cash in 100, don't you?
How much do you have?
60.
How do you have 60?
Because I deleted one, thinking it would delete the whole stack, and then it become absolutely useless.
Yeah, now the whole thing's useless. You only have your only choice is to delete that shit one at a time.
Over the last 6 months, I've slowly deleted it down to 60.
You're an idiot. You had enough to just go buy some shit, and you didn't.
It's Titan synth cord. I didn't even know why I had it. Whatever. I don't know, man. So I don't care about my Titan or whatever that shit is called. Transmog. I didn't care about my Titan transmog. So I went to delete the stack one day when I needed a space, and all it did was delete one, and it became absolutely unusable. And it's like an exotic when you delete one. It takes so long to delete one. It's like, holy fuck. What a dumb design. Let me tell you. Miserable.
Listen, easy solution. All right. You just go to your kid and be like, hey, you want $20? I need you to sit here and hold this button down on this item until there's no more of that item left. and then just let him do that for an hour, pay him $20. Is that an expensive rate for an hour for someone to just push a button? Yes, but will you feel better when you come back to your inventory and it's no longer there?
Yeah.
Also,
probably.
yes.
Maybe. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff in here I don't need. Memory vestige lights. Like, I don't even know what the fuck those are for. I got a bunch of luminescent seeds.
It's for the pale heart. Yeah.
I know what the luminescent seeds are for. I don't remember what the memory vestige of the light wielding guarding memories. Collecting more might reveal hidden secrets. Oh, cool.
All right.
Anyway, so
have you been enjoying Iron Banner? I saw you were playing last night.
Oh yeah, I played last night. Yeah, the matches were fine. They were good. Had a good time. I mean, it wasn't crazy. I think I lost more than I won, but I seem to have a fine time. I only got 24% of my guild done last night, and I played for like 3 hours. 3 hours.
I'm sitting at I've reset once. I'm sitting at 75% of that last challenge. That's the only thing I have left to do. Then I'll be guilded.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what I'm gonna do because I've already gotten my drops that I wanted. Paladin is not scamming me out of all my money this time because I've got everything.
Very
Might
nice.
not be much reason to play once I've guilded, other than I like playing PvP.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know if I'll end up guilding this week or I'll wait till the April Iron Banner because I'm doing the catastrophe stream tomorrow. I'll be hungover Sunday. Maybe I'll play some on Monday, but then that's it, right? A week's not a long time sometimes.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But I mean, I'm not worried about it. If I have to do it in April, I'll do it in April.
When are you guilding your seal, Dunk?
That'll be all dependent on whether I like the feel of Iron Banner or not. If I play it this weekend at all.
Have you ever gilded your Iron Banner?
No.
Do you even have Iron Lord seal?
No.
Mm-hmm. Never mind. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's okay. Some people just fucking hate Crucible, and I get it. Like,
yep. Yeah,
catastrophe stream Iron Banner? No.
Yeah. There was a time I loved Crucible. I enjoyed it. And then they were like, hey, we're going to bring back Trials. Voice crack, by the way. And then Destiny 2 on PC, Crucible became unplayable because of the number of people that were cheating in Crucible. And Bungie did nothing about it for 6 months.
It's not that bad now.
Yeah. It's gotten better.
Some people will disagree with me, but I played almost, I don't know how many, played 150 matches of Trials. I didn't see anybody that was blatantly cheating. I'm bad though, so who knows. I can't even remember last time I found a cheater in Iron Banner. So there was one guy that was so cracked with sniper rifle in Trials when I was playing this weekend that I thought maybe he might have been cheating because he was just so good. But that's it. That would have been his closest one match. You running a lot of cheaters, Rick?
No. Cheaters are a thing that happen mostly to people with a high combat rating. Because by virtue of cheating and winning as much as you do, you juice your combat rating. So it affects one portion of the community disproportionately. If we're talking about hard cheaters, like we're talking about people that are like hardcore aimbotting, flying around the map, shooting a Wither Horde at 900 RPM with infinite ammo, killing you off a spawn with a super on the first round, that kind of stuff. That only really happens in high skill lobbies. I defy anybody who's not at the tippy top end tell me they're meeting cheaters on a regular that they can actually prove are hard cheats because they saw them flying around. I would imagine that most people, it is even good players that aren't really good players. It happens to them a vast minority of the time. Now, a lot of people are going to say that person's zimming, that person's got a Cronus, blah, 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 blah. I don't fucking care. Like, is it still cheating to get reticle friction while you're using mouse and keyboard? Yes, of course it is. Do I care? Is it really that big of a deal? No. And you know why? because the vast majority of people that use that, it doesn't actually improve their game all that much. It's a marginal improvement for them. So it's whatever. I don't care.
Cool story. All right. Let's move on from Crucible, I think.
Yeah, let's talk about some other cheating.
Some other what?
Let's talk about some other cheating. Chris Barrett's married.
Okay.
We got some information about him.
Okay, yeah. I mean, for sure, we can talk about that a little bit. So, hold on a sec. So Chris Barrett put out a statement that said Sony continues to disingenuously cherry-pick text messages and alleged conversations and make unsupportive and I don't know how to say the word. Conclusory statements to defame Christopher. Okay, this is his lawyer that said this.
Yes.
Christopher, and justify terminating him to avoid paying him what he was owed under his employment agreements. It is telling that Sony does not include the full text message as exhibits or the full content of these conversations, and nothing in Sony's response provides a legitimate legal or factual basis to terminate Christopher for cause. Christopher is confident that when all the evidence is presented, it will be clear that Sony engaged in a scheme to strip him of his role and the equity awards he earned for 25 years of loyal service to the company.
All right. Well, with that said, there's a
before that, I retweeted that thing. Well, Destiny Bulletin tweeted that out, and I retweeted their comment, and I put in quotes, "Trust me, bro."
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's how I feel. It's like, look, I hate companies. I think companies are scammy. But this motherfucker did some shit. We all know it. This isn't just some like, oh, let's scam Barrett out of, $20 million or whatever the fuck it was. Like, this is so obvious, and the guy just keeps just fucking shoveling in the crap. Anyway, I assume you're pulling some shit up. So
I've got it. Yeah. So he's suing Bungie, or he's suing Sony for $200 million, right? Yeah. He's alleging that they fired him for cause because they didn't want to pay him some, golden parachute. He
had equity awarded.
If he had been laid off instead of fired for cause, they would have had to pay him all this money, right? He says he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything that should get him fired for cause, or at least that's what his lawyers are saying. But Sony responded earlier this week, and they included 9 text messages to reveal a pattern of misconduct from him. Let's see here. The documents that Sony released say, in Sony's view, Barrett was terminated last March following HR complaints and an investigation that allegedly revealed a pattern of behavior that alleges the following type of things. He targeted a low-level female employee. He hasn't been working with directly, initially engaged in friendly conversation, progressively pushed boundaries with the employee, making subtle references to her physical appearance or expressing his interest in her romantically. He attempted to create an unprofessional level of intimacy with all of these people that he interacted with. And then they included some excerpts from some of these communications. Barrett told victim 3, "I hope your boyfriend doesn't mind I text you a lot. I just worry, like I really enjoy texting you and talking. I don't want him to get the right idea." Later, when victim 3 told Barrett she was busy, Barrett said, "I want your attention." So annoying. Because that's a normal thing to just say to an employee in the middle of the night, right? 3 weeks into victim 5's tenure at Bungie, Barrett called her late in the evening while drunk and told her intimate details about his personal life and asked her about who she was dating, what her type was. He wanted to connect with her on Instagram, the personal Instagram. She didn't accept it. Where's the rest of these? Let me go to this other one. Barrett sent victim 2 Instagram direct messages stating, "You are the holy grail. I hope you find a person worthy of your attention, and qualified it with, I'm not hitting on you. I hope it doesn't feel like that. I'm married, but I can be honest. You are the 0.000001 and better be treated like that forever. When victim 2 responded that her boyfriend treats her very well, Barrett responded, he better, because I would hit on you if he wasn't. Barrett asked victim 1 to play...
bro.
Barrett asked victim 1 to play Truth or Dare over text messages and inquired, what do you think is your best and worst feature physically? He later told her in a text message she was hot. Despite victim 1's explicit request in writing for Barrett to recognize boundaries, he called her late at night while drunk, and after keeping her on a FaceTime call for hours, moved down a dark hallway to his bedroom and suggestively told her, I can't believe I am lying in bed talking to you. Like, you know, these are things people get fired for or should get fired for. Unless there's some, like, really crazy context that's not just him victim blaming, even if these women were coming on to him, all 9 of them.
All 9 of them.
If you're the boss and you are acting unprofessionally back, you still get fired for cause. You're not the victim here. You've made a poor decision with your penis.
100%. Like, it's so straightforward to me. Like, this guy, he's such a fucking idiot. And I swear to God, if he somehow pulls out an eke victory over Sony on this, I'll lose all faith in anything of all reality. Like, because I don't know, he's just a fucking skis. Like, just listen to that shit they just said. It's like, if you're a boss, you just can't talk that way. And some people would be like, he shouldn't be held accountable for when he was off the clock and they were off the clock. They're just normal people then. No, that's not how being a boss works, motherfuckers. Like, you are held accountable for all of your actions, whether you're at work or whether you're not at work. Especially when you're that high up in a company. Maybe if you're like a supervisor at a fucking call center, you can go hit on your employees when they're out at the bar and you're not at work, but not like a big director in a billion-dollar company. Like, that's a big thing. You can't do that shit. You can't do that shit. Anyway, whatever.
I can't find the tweet now, but there's somebody who unironically said that if game companies want to publish good games, they need to stop cracking down on behavior like this, because behavior like this goes hand in hand with producing good games. And he cited Blizzard as an example. He said the quality of World of Warcraft went downhill after they cleaned house for all the fucking sexual harassment shenanigans that were going there. So he said, this guy said on Twitter, you need to let harassers be harassers, otherwise you can't have good games. He actually said you can't have good games with people who don't do this shit. And I'm like, when I read that, I was like, all right, blue check mark. Surely he is just farming interactions, right? So he can get another penny of interaction stuff or something. This has got to be rage bait. But he just kept doubling down in the thread. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Listen, you don't have to be a woke, full of DEI game to not accept people fucking giving unwanted advances to their employees. Like, they don't go together.
That's some dumbass fucking shit, man. Oh, yes. Let's just let everybody get abused and tormented,
so we can have good games.
So we can have good video games, because they go hand in hand.
Yeah. So, anyway, man, unless there's some really crazy context that comes out of this that changes the whole thing, and given the fact that there are 9 of these testimonies, I don't think there is. I mean, I hope he fucking loses. I hope he loses, and he gets ordered to pay Sony's lawyer fees, because they're going to be fucking astronomical. Fucking break him, put him straight into bankruptcy.
That's wild. It's wild. What a donkey. What a dipshit.
Don't give any thoughts?
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. You do this kind of shit in your place of work or just anywhere in general, you're a fucked up individual. End of discussion there. You should be fired from your job for that.
Yeah, I guess. Sorry, keep going.
No, you're good. Keep going.
I was just gonna say, like, I was thinking, you know, there's gonna be some people that are like, "Oh, this is why men don't hit on women anymore." Blah, 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 blah. And I was just thinking about it, like how you could explain or talk about how it's different, right? And anyway, anybody in the world that I had probably ever talked to like this or flirted with in like text messages or on the phone, like you know when it's reciprocated. Like all of these sound like most of them said, like, no, leave me alone. And he just kept going. Which is really weird to me.
It's not weird. It's not weird. Listen, when people have advanced in their career in order to advance to a certain level, you've got to have a certain attitude about life. All right, and about how you interact with people, and about your own view of yourself. Now, I'm not going to insinuate that everybody who's successful is a shitbag, but I think the traits that very easily can turn someone into a shitbag are the same traits that make it more easy for you to be successful in spaces like that, right? And it's very easy to lose sight of what that kind of shit is doing to you. And you just become a fucking loser asshole who does shit like this. And you just think it's normal. You just think it's fine what you're doing. Like, it's no big deal. You're not trying to hide anything because who cares? I mean, let's not forget that Barrett and his wife were both cheating on their spouses, right? When they got together. All right. So, and they have both claimed online that they're not good people. All right, you can go back and find tweets or find video, especially of his wife saying we're not good people, like verbatim. So it doesn't really surprise me that people do this because they're not really self-aware of what they're doing is wrong. That doesn't excuse it, but I fully expect he didn't think he was doing anything wrong at the time. He's just being nice, probably in his mind.
Nah.
Or that they should be lucky that he's hitting them.
No, you tell somebody that they're the 1% or they're the 0.001% and that they deserve to be treated good. Like you're up to something. You're not just being polite. Like whatever. If you're that fucking dumb, then whatever. You shouldn't have 200 million.
He was definitely trying to fuck. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like,
there's not. The question is whether or not he thought it was wrong that he was trying to, right, an employee, and using that uneven power to make that happen.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Right? You should just probably not try to fuck an employee.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
One of my ex-girlfriends worked for me though.
You fucking scumbag.
I was like 22. Fuck off. And the reason
I
brought it up is because it was a call center job, and I was like a supervisor there.
That's why I said supervisor.
But yeah, I was our supervisor.
You fucking scumbag.
And then we went out for drinks. Whatever. It wasn't weird though. Just we went out for drinks, and then like it was, I don't know if it was mutual or if she was just trying to move up in the call center. I don't know. But she wanted a raise. Well, I wasn't. It's a call center. Supervisors don't control raises. Supervisors barely any different than a regular person at a call center. Trust me. They think they're all that in a bag of potato chips. She wanted a raise from your pants. Jesus Christ. Well, she got one. But just... Anyway. All right. That was a fun story. How old is Chris Barrett?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I don't
Look
really
it up.
care.
I do.
I don't give him a pass or think it's better or worse depending on his age.
Yeah, okay, no, that's good.
42.
Well, I was thinking about it. I was young when that stuff happened. So I was just seeing if there was a benefit of the doubt there. But no, he's 42, so this all happened like when he was my age. Now. So and that shit's fucked up. Anyway, stop hitting on your employees, bosses. It's weird. Especially when they say no. Like, they say no, just stop. Even if they're not your employees. If they're just a random person that you know and they say no, stop. Stop. It's not hard. No means no.
You think that'd be normalized behavior, but
it's just not. It's not. I do think young people keep young mindsets as they grow up and older. And, in high school, like, you ask a girl out, she says no. You ask her out again, she says no. You ask her out again, she says yes. And nobody really thinks too much about that. But in the adult world, in the business world, it's different. People are married, they have husbands, wives. There could be inappropriate relationships based on seniority. Like, if someone says no, just fuck off. Seems pretty straightforward. I don't know. Maybe I'm being unreasonable.
No, you're not. You're not. Probably get along like Andrew Tate or something like that at it. So.
All right.
Good on you.
Okay. Except for I dated an employee when I worked at a call center when I was 22. I'm a bad person, right? He's looking into my soul again, chat. I don't know what to do. He's gonna get mad at me. It's all right. Stop it. I can't even look at my computer screen. It's freaking me out. Wow, this went on longer than I thought it would. So, what else did we say we were gonna talk about? We said we were gonna talk about Trials, Iron Banner. We talked about Barrett being a creeper. And we didn't talk about recontest mode, but it's pretty straightforward. Jesus Christ. I'm just going to close my Twitch. No. Recontest mode is tomorrow. So I assume it reset 12 Eastern. It starts. Lucky for all of you, maybe, potentially. I don't know 100%, but all of the stuff that was deactivated for contest mode because of the race will probably be on tomorrow because there's no race. This is just contest mode. So you'll have, I forget what was deactivated. Do you remember?
Microcosm is still deactivated.
No, it's fixed.
Yeah, that's across the whole game. Yeah.
Microcosm is fixed.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't know.
I thought I read that in the last week's patch notes.
I didn't read it.
Or maybe in an update on Bungie Twitter.
I don't know. Okay. What else was in there? I wonder.
It's going to be disabled. The things that were disabled because they were broken, not because they were overpowered.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I'm just. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, real quick. February 13th, fixed an issue where Microcosm could get heavy ammo from Special.
All right.
It has been re-enabled.
There you go.
Well, shit. There you go.
Yep.
All right, hold on. I'm going to see if there was... They did, but it's on a different page somewhere. I don't know where that is, so who knows? Okay, anyway, if you want to try to get your emblem, and I guess that's it. Your emblem for Thunder Doctor Thanatos mode. You have 24 hours starting tomorrow at noon.
And your exotic.
The exotic. Right. I was like, what else do you get? I felt like there's something else. And the exotic, which is some weird ass linear fusion
that spawns
turret gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good luck with that, everybody. I will be doing a catastrophe stream tomorrow, and no one will show up, and we're not allowed to talk about alcohol. So that'll be fun.
Did you figure out how you're going to do this yet?
I'm just going to drink as people donate, but I'm not going to mention it. Like, I'm not going to say donate and I'll drink. Most people know how. Most people know how it works.
Greener has a secret menu, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I got you.
So, be a secret menu. That's the only way they can do it. And then if I get another warning, I can be like, watch the entire vlog. I can appeal it and be like, watch the entire vlog. I do never once mention to donate for me to drink. And then they'll have to be like, damn, you're right. Because it's not against TOS to drink on Twitch. It's against TOS to ask for donations to drink.
Isn't it TOS to get like super, super drunk though too?
Not that I know of. All it says is in the self-inebriation to the point where you can get to harm, it's asking for money to do those things.
Okay. All right.
It doesn't say just doing those things. Maybe it does somewhere in the TOS. I guess maybe I'll find out. But maybe I just won't get that drunk. How's that?
That works.
What's the limit? How are they
stream? What?
No, but how are they telling me that my life is in danger? Like, I don't understand. Like, I know how much I can drink, Twitch.
Yeah.
You gonna come in here into my house and give me a blood test to see if I'm like in danger?
There have been a couple of times where people were like, somebody better call him to make sure he's not dead.
Okay, but I knew I was fine. I'm a good actor too. It's all a show.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Remember that, people, when he complained that one time about having to do like 150 push-ups or 200 push-ups in one night, about how his arm was broken the next day. It was just an act. So give him push-ups tomorrow.
No.
So many push-ups.
I just take that off the menu.
Put squats on there. Be one of those guys. Just don't aim your ass at the camera. It'll be fun.
I'm going to. And I'm going to do pantsless squats.
Perfect.
I'll wear spandex. Push-ups are good for you? That's true. They say you're supposed to be able to do 50 push-ups, and if you can't, you'll die in 4 years. So we're all going to be dead in 4 years.
Bro, I was dead like 30 years ago.
30 years ago. Oh my god, that's funny. Bring Sailor Moon back. Sailor Moon's right there. Yep. Maybe I will. Maybe I can.
Maybe he'll bring the pasties back.
No, they're no. I went back and watched that VOD and deleted it immediately. So fucking cringe. I don't know how people watch some of my stuff.
The VOD where you're in an apron and pasties and injuring yourself. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's the one.
Pretty good.
That's the one. All right. All right, let's move forward. Yeah.
Let's do announcements and then get the fuck out of here.
Okay, hold on. Let's talk about one quick thing. Two quick things. Palindrome next week. Are you excited to get that back?
You have Exalted Truth. Palindrome is not going to be as good for anything as Exalted Truth.
That's true. I love it. It's Arc, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right. So, I mean, there's that. It has some synergy with some Arc stuff this season.
Don't care.
All right. He doesn't care, chat. Okay. So, and they decided to keep the whole class glaives and sword things open forever. So, cool. But I never used them. So, like, I've never once used the exotic glaives. Ever.
I don't know if it's because I'm cynical, but I feel like the reason they are letting the swords not get fixed and not be class restricted is
Probably
because it'll take too much dev time to fix them.
And they're trying to be like, "Oh, look at us, we're being fun.
We're giving you a fun thing, when really we just don't have the money to fix this right now. It's bigger than we thought it was gonna be."
It's either that or they just don't know how to fix it, and they're like, "Fuck it," or fixing it will break something else, and it's you're right, probably dev time. That's probably like what it is. Like it's a bunch of things that it's like it's a coalescing like thing that goes all the way down the line, and it's got to be fixes for every little notch on the timeline, and they're just like, ooh.
There's probably a pyramid of expense related to the fix, and dev time is related to that fucking pyramid. They just don't want to go down that far. Too much. Number too big.
Anyway, so you can use all the exotic glaives on any class you want now, and any of those old swords that were class-based swords are all available as well to any class. So if you want to use that Titan sword on your hunter, go nuts. Have fun. One last thing I wanted to bring up. It's Bungie related, not Destiny related, but I thought it was relevant because a bunch of people complained a long time ago about this was when Sony bought Bungie, and then Bungie took a bunch of their teams to other development studios within Sony and helped consult on a bunch of games of service that Sony were developing across all their companies.
Almost all of them have been canceled.
Almost all of them have been canceled, but it was big news when The Last of Us Factions was canceled, and it was stated specifically that it was because of the recommendations that Bungie gave Naughty Dog. And then everybody blamed Bungie for getting The Last of Us Factions shut down. It was a big thing for a little while. I don't know, like a year ago? Maybe a little bit longer ago than that. Anyway, Shuhei Yoshida, which was a previous lead at Sony, or maybe still is. No, I think previous. I think he's retired. I did an interview like 2 or 3 days ago, and he shed some light on the fact that Bungie told them how they keep Destiny up and running, and how much people it takes, and how much development cost, and how much time and effort. And Naughty Dog decided that they didn't have the resources to do that because they wanted to be able to complete their single-player game called Intergalactic and shut down the project The Last of Us Factions. So I just thought that was super interesting that all Bungie did was tell them the truth, and it was them who decided to shut down the project, not Bungie.
They were like, did you put an extra 0 on these projections? And Bungie's like, nah, man, that's what it cost. And Naughty Dog was like, peace, we're done with this.
Yeah, they completely canceled the project, and because they didn't have enough resources to do that and develop a new single player game. So I thought it was interesting information. I wanted to say something on Twitter on the article, but I didn't. But I was just like, yeah, it's like people, they get half of the story and they fill in all these gaps and they just blame anybody that they can. When in reality, from this information in my brain, like if Naughty Dog didn't have this information and they still continued to want to make Intergalactic and didn't put enough resources towards this game of service, what Bungie actually saved us from was a failed Last of Us game of service. Like a bunch of people would have bought it and it probably would have failed a few months later because they weren't putting enough resources or interest in it, and it would have just fizzled out and died. So I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to share that information with people anybody who watches or listens to this, which isn't a huge audience, but like, it's not like Bungie just went in there and shut down the game and said, no, this isn't going to work, because that's what the word was. They're saying this isn't going to be good. Nobody's going to want to play it. You're not going to make any money off this. That wasn't the sentiment at all. The sentiment was, this is what it's going to take to make this into a successful game of service. And Naughty Dog was like, no thanks, we're good. And that was it. And somehow Bungie, the creator of the most successful looter shooter, a game of service of all time, was blamed for that. People suck. Now, if you want to blame,
nobody's got time to get the whole story.
Get the whole story. If you want to go blame Barrett for it being canceled, go ahead, but don't blame Bungie. I still don't like Barrett. Little skis ball. Let's end it there. You want to do announcements?
All right, let's go.
Is it mine or yours or
what?
You said you wanted to do announcements?
Oh, yeah. I completely forgot what I wanted to.
You want to tell people Crimson Days is delayed?
Well, I'm going to be putting an announcement on the server here in a little bit. But,
okay.
Crimson Days, the Crimson Days tournament is going to be when I put out my thing about, hey, can I get some people to RSVP so I know if there's going to be enough people that even have an event, because as per usual, a bunch of people pulled out, and given the track record of our events, we know that a good third of the people aren't even going to show up. Well, 8 people RSVP'd total. And more people DM'd me to let me know, hey, I can't make it. So, things came up. So we're going to push the tournament back to March 8th, 2 weeks. And we will be extending the Crimson Days event card for that same time. That said, that does mean for the first week of March, there are going to be kind of 2 events going on at once, because we'll be starting Derelict Prime on March 1st. There'll be an announcement going out about that next week. It will have its own event card, and there will be the regular tournament that will happen later in the month. But there's going to be a lot of event stuff going on in March because.
Cool.
And yes, I know that's the same day as Player of the Year, but it'll be fun.
Player of the Year is in the evening.
Cool. So there we go. That's what's cooking.
Only other news I have is Catastrophe stream tomorrow. Might be a slow one. Could be an awesome one. Who knows? But I suspect some people will be in contest mode and won't give a fuck about the SGC live stream, which is totally fine.
That will be me. I mean, I give a fuck. I may still have you on stream, but you'll be on 1% sound as I play the game.
That's fair. That's totally fine. They can't all be winners. Hopefully it will be. I also don't have any more Gamba coins to give away, so I don't even know what I'm going to do as a giveaway. What a disaster. Holy moly. Anyway, that's tomorrow anyway, regardless. I don't have any other announcements, I don't think. No, nothing special. Oh, go buy some Advanced GG. I want an ice shaker, so we need to show them that you guys will spend money. Use our link or code SGC. There's 2 new flavors. I put them in the announcement earlier today.
Yeah, go buy some Advanced GG.
Well, you don't have to if you don't want to, but I want to keep us on the radar, so that's why I keep bringing it up from time to time. It's been a while since It's been a while since I actually mentioned it.
GG. So Greener get a shaker of himself on a bottle.
No, not me. Shrouded logo, weirdo. And then everybody can buy it, and we can give them away as giveaways for events.
You should be using the picture of you in the onesie drinking the milk. That should be what's on the side of it.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. No. I'm not doing that.
Yep. That's what it should be. Everybody's got these waifu shakers. Nah. Make greener the waifu on the shaker.
No.
You already got the art even. Anyway.
You'd have to make it the art in that style that we did the polling in the other day.
Yeah, I got you.
Anyway. Yeah, that's it. All right. Go buy Advanced GG or go sign up for our membership at thesgcstore.com. That's it. Goodbye. No,
Bye.
Bye.
I'm actually going to close out. Thanks for watching episode 97 of This Week at Shrouded. I was your host, Jay Greener. Thanks, Rex. Thanks, Dunk. Appreciate everything, as always. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.